I was married to Malik Thomas, a very well-known man in Baltimore. He owned an exclusive car dealership that was passed down to him from an uncle who was really more like a father to him. Malik's uncle used to be heavy in the heroin game in Baltimore, but made it out and used his money to open a legitimate business. Malik, however, never quite outgrew the thug mentality, which is a necessary requirement for anyone who plans to make it big in the corporate world or life period. I had been his woman since I was 17. I started dating Malik in high school. Although that wasn't where our story began. My parents had just separated, and my mom and I had to move into a 2-bedroom condominium on Clark's Lane, in the middle of what I later learned was called Jewtown. Of course, Daddy paid. He would have done anything just to get me and Mom out, and his new 23-year-old girlfriend into the house sooner. Daddy was a 46-year-old investment broker who was very good at his job. He made a lot of people rich, not to mention himself. He met my mom when she was 20 years old. They married when she was 22, and I came into the world 1 year later. I was an only child, so of course I was spoiled. Whatever Daddy's little girl wanted, she got. No questions asked. Private schools, horseback riding, traveling abroad. Life had been pretty good until the year of my 10th birthday. Daddy turned 40 and went into what Mom commonly referred to as a midlife crisis. I didn't know what that meant at the time, but whatever it was, it kept Daddy sleeping overnight at his office a lot. It also became more important to him than us in a matter of 6 years. Sure, Daddy gave us each our own personal spending accounts, kept them filled and made sure the place was fly, but surrounded by all this money, we were still miserable. All that he'd given us didn't make up for the fact that he uprooted us from the only home we'd known just so he could move his tramp in. I'd lost my dad, all my friends, and even my damn room. And all Mom ever did was drink all day and complain about Daddy. All I wanted now was friends and some security. I needed to make an impression on my first day at my new school. So there we were, all alone, in a decked-out condo, surrounded by white folks we didn't know. It was hard being ripped away from the friends I had grown up with my entire life. I was nervous to be going to a new high school, especially since this was my first time attending a public school. I was pretty popular at my old school, for no other reason than being the only Black girl. The white kids automatically assumed I was cool because of the color of my skin, and I was accepted instantly. But at this new school, I'd be a little fish in a big pond.